Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is video number 1 of 2. As usual, we're going to be playing that game today. We'll see what else is popping off later on, and I'll make sure to cover that in my second video of the day tonight, so make sure you guys are here for that. But I'm also going to refer you to the blockbuster video that dropped yesterday around Mason Mount. I'll leave a link for you guys right here. If you didn't catch the bombshell itself from last night, you can head over there and look at what I had to say on the whole matter. It's a long video, so enjoy if you haven't seen it already. Most of you I think have, so you're in a good place. But if you haven't, go and check it out. Now, video number 1, we're gonna get cracking. Let's get right into it. We've got tons to cover. We won't be there for too long, but we've got tons to cover. And we're gonna start off with Mason Mount, because I saw this that I'm about to show you, and my opinion I'm going to put out there, and I'm going to clarify this situation, because I don't understand why there's a negative spin being put on this entire thing when in fact I see it as a positive. What is it? Well, let's get cracking. Here it is, starting off with Matt Law. Chelsea must hope and pray they never see the £5 million in add-ons for Mason Mount. Otherwise, what is currently an embarrassment will have been an unmitigated disaster. Closest comparison I could think of was Ashley Cole. What? How? How? Mount, Ashley Cole. How have we managed to compare those two? That's one. I don't understand that comparison whatsoever. What, was there something in relation to Ashley Cole coming to Chelsea and there being a clause that if we win something we got to send money off to Arsenal? Is that the case? Because that is what it seems to be in terms of the £5 million add-ons that were spoken about yesterday. The deal is £55 million plus £5 million in add-ons. It's come out today that the £5 million in add-ons could be related to Manchester United winning something. More than likely a Premier League or a Champions League, right? Now, they're playing in both competitions next year. I don't think they're going to win either of them, so we probably won't see the £5 million. But what Matt Law is coming out and saying here is that we pray we better not see the £5 million. If not, it's a disaster. No, it's not. It's a win-win. We've gotten rid of a player that we couldn't come to terms with. He's gone off to a direct rival. We have put something in there that Man United have agreed where if they end up winning something, we get money for it. That's a great deal. You know, if they don't win anything, cool, we don't see the money, but at least they don't win anything. Fantastic. We've pocketed £55 million, and on the off chance that Man United won the title, which can happen, you never know, I doubt it, but you never know, and Manchester United winning the Champions League, that I seriously think is going to take a very long time, right? Maybe not as long as Arsenal, because they've not won one, but a very, very long time. They've not won it since 2008. Yeah, they got to 2 finals or 1 after that. 2 finals, I think, and they lost both. I think both were to Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. They definitely lost 1. But, so if they, on the off chance, end up winning something, because we gave them Mason Mount, we get £5 million for it. I think that's great business. What, you'd rather not put that in? So if Man United do end up winning in the future, we're left with nothing. That's a good thing. That's meant. This whole thing's meant to be negative. I don't understand. But then again, look, I genuinely think there are certain people that were not about the club. They were more about Mason Mount as an individual. They loved Mace more than Chelsea. As far as I'm concerned, them lot can go off to United. Simple as that. We're here because we bleed blue. We want the best for our clubs. We're going to back the players that play for our clubs, but the moment they leave, thank you very much, see you later. The same way we gave Juan Mata to United, and it wasn't even for a big fee, right? And at that time, everyone was like, yo, I think we're doing a mistake here. How did it end up? Not very well for Juan Mata in the end, did it? And he was our player of the year, you know? Same case here. Mason Mount was our player of the year twice, right? Albeit one of them was deserved completely. The other one you could debate because the entire squad at that point were just looking like they were depleting. But 2-time player of the year going off to Man United, and personally, I'm not worried. So we'll wait and see how this ends up, and time will tell in terms of whether we've made a good decision or not. But right now, my gut feeling is that we can move on. We will get talent in. We will get a good team back up and running again, and we will do things again. So yeah, overall, what I wanted from this window so far is what we've been getting. I can't complain. So there we are. Now, let's move on. Let me know your thoughts down below. Sorry. I have to cough because this, what I'm about to show you, is a joke. It's an absolute joke. And I think the moment that I saw it pop on screen for me to show you, I coughed, and it's the right reaction. You're about to cough, so get ready. Right, here it is. Check this out. This is from Sami Mokbel of the Daily Mail. Hakim Ziyech's move to Al-Nassr is now off. More and more confirmation coming in now. We have Sami himself then coming out and saying Hakim Ziyech's move to Al-Nassr is off after a knee problem was raised in his medical. Chelsea would have recouped an £8 million transfer fee as part of the deal. Ziyech was in line to earn £9 million net. Ouch. And ouch pretty much sums it up. This guy's just never going to leave, is he? He's just never going to leave. Look, it come out last night, and this came from, I forgot his name, I'm not going to attempt to remember the name, but it's a Moroccan journalist in France who's worked for France Football and L'Equipe, who came out with that news of he has failed his medical. Or not failed his medical, there were problems in his medical, right? He hasn't passed it yet. A knee problem and a hip problem came up. And then that got picked up this morning, and the person who put out that tweet then deleted it. And then we actually ended up getting loads of people like Sami Mokbel and others, you know, fairly reliable journalists coming out and saying, no, it's legit. There's a problem. And now we're hearing that it's off. He's failed the medical. So we've got to think back here to the PSG move. That was all blamed on an email. I'd like to think maybe there was a medical issue as well. Maybe. Because remember, Ziyech was in Paris. Ziyech was on the brink of completing the move. Apparently. He was there. I'd like to think maybe a medical was already done. And then everything just stops. And we can't get it over the line because of an email. It doesn't add up. The excuse we were given at the time was ridiculous. And it made... I had to believe it. Because I was like, there's nothing else being said. Except we've bottled an email. It's our fault. So that's why I was thinking, what, are we incompetent? What are we doing? We've bottled the entire thing because of an email. Are we that stupid? I'd like to think now maybe they kept everything on the low, maybe to not prevent a future move, maybe to hope that he would recover and then in the future it wouldn't stop anything. But lo and behold, he's failed a medical because of his knee. This guy, as far as I'm concerned, apologies, I dropped something. I'd like to think now that hopefully there's a way out, but at this rate, he just keeps failing flipping medicals and emails and whatnot. He's never leaving, is he? And we have to be honest here. It's going to get to the point where we have to think about terminating the contract or just releasing him, not make any money. And albeit, we lose 8 million, but I'm not even worried in terms of us. Well, I'm not nothing to worry about. I'm worried for him. He might not find a club. At his age, getting to 30, if he is 30 already, with a knee problem that's failing medicals, and not failing medicals in the Premier League or in Serie A, failing a medical in Saudi. Mate, Saudi would be happy to have him just for the popularity and the marketing. Even if he were to bust his knee open in 5 places, they'd be like, nah, you know what, it's fine, even if he doesn't play, but we got Hakim Ziyech. I think that's where Saudi are at the moment. Even they're like, nah, mate, you failed the medical. We're not having it. So I'm concerned for him. Personally, I'm concerned for him. Who's going to take him? Unless we keep him, but if we keep him, I just don't... what are we going to do? We're not going to play him. He's just going to sit around. It's not a good situation. So let's wait and see what happens in relation to Hakim Ziyech. Probably get more information by tonight. So again, make sure you are here for the video later on tonight. And we'll discuss it all then, if we do get any news. So let me know your thoughts on that medical down below. Let's get to the latest on one of our prospects and one who's been shining, Cesare Cassadee. Here it is. Understand Cesare Cassadee plans are for Premier League or Serie A football next season, despite 4 loan proposals from Championship clubs. Priority will be for that kind of move. Final decision will be made together with Chelsea. Now, it did come out, and I've not got it here, but it did come out that Leicester are offering him a move. And I think that's great. That's great. Send him to Leicester. Leicester, actually, no. Did Leicester get relegated? They did, didn't they? No, hang on. Everton survived. Therefore, yeah, Leicester went down. No. Okay, call the no. I'm gonna do an Al-Nassr here. Call the whole thing off. Call the whole thing off. No. Why did I have it in my head? Leicester survived. They didn't. They went down. Okay, no. We're not sending him to the Championship. Sorry, Leicester. But Leicester did make an offer. And Chelsea have it on the table. It's there. But yeah, rightfully so. Send him off to the Premier League or Serie A. Why? He was killing it on his last spell at the Under-20s World Cup. The Under-20s that just went by. The last tournament that went by. The fact that he got Player of the Tournament and overall absolutely killed it is looking really, really good in terms of the attributes he's bringing to the table. Someone that, again, I hate to use these comparisons, but for information purposes, I'm going to tell you. People comparing him to Ballack in terms of style, but can take a shot from distance like Lamps used to. You know, that's fantastic. And when you actually watch him, very physical, very technical, he's intelligent, can crack a shot from distance. We've missed a midfielder like that. We have really missed a midfielder like that. So he needs a very, very good loan spell in the Premier League, preferably. And then we take it from there. Because I heard some people in the comments talking about our midfield. We're letting all the midfielders go. We're going to have Enzo, Caicedo and maybe another person. And that's basically it because everyone else is gone. What about Chukwuemeka and Santos and Cassadee? Those guys will be involved. You best believe. Especially Chukwuemeka, I think, will be depth for next season. I think he'll be in the first team squad. Santos and Cassadee, I think, will go on loan. They'll probably develop, come back afterwards and then join up with our midfield and we'll have a stacked midfield at that point. So I reckon that's the plan and I'm on board with it because it'll be weird and crazy to just rush him into the first team now. So let's wait and see what happens. Now, talking about players leaving, the latest on Christian Pulisic is this. Chelsea and AC Milan are currently 10 million euros apart for Christian Pulisic. Chelsea are asking for 28 million, while Milan have offered 18 million euros. Negotiations remain ongoing because they want to conclude the operation positively. So, this is going to get done. Clearly, if it's 10 million euros difference, 10 million euros, that comes to what, 8 million pounds or so? Maybe just under. It'll get done. Chelsea will compromise and we'll get even more money. The fact that we've managed to generate as much as we've managed to generate before today, June 30th, is fantastic. Over 200 million, 220 or 30 million generated. We can then generate more after today. So it goes, in terms of finances, spread out across even more time. But we get to generate more. And it just looks good on our books. And in terms of players that are just not going to be playing or not going to be used, I think it's the correct thing to do. So overall, very, very happy. The squad is trimming down very, very nicely. And Pulisic, I think, will be one of the next ones to go. Now, talking about someone that should go but isn't flipping going, and Inter Milan are taking the mick here. Here it is. Inter Milan have prepared a €5 million loan offer to Chelsea for Romelu Lukaku, with €30 million obligation to buy clause, including result-related add-ons that could further increase the figures. That's from Gazzetta dello Sport. I'm cool with this. I'm absolutely cool with that deal. If they pay the money next year, surely you can generate €30 million to pay us next year. Not this year. We won't ask for a penny. We'll give you one of them offers where you buy now, pay later. You know, like when you go and buy a laptop or a camera or something, and you can buy now and pay later. Yeah, we'll give you that. Not a problem, but you better pay later. And you better pay in one sum later. We'll give you an entire flipping 12 months, a year, to generate that money as a football club like Internazionale. Yeah, Inter Milan, Champions League finalists. Come on. Be serious. I don't know what's going on in the midst of them lot, or if there's debt or there's corruption or whatnot. I don't know, but stop it and generate the money, please. That's a fair deal. I would take it. I'd take the loss. Screw it, just to get him off the book. Screw it. But if that's an obligation to buy, happy days. But you pay next year, not over 5 years. Not imagine Todd Bowley and them lot looking at the Chelsea accounts, and they look in the bank account and they see 5 million coming in because of Lukaku. And then the next year they look at, and we got another 5 mil. Don't worry, we've got 25 to go. 5 years later, hey lads, the last 5 million came in. I mean, come on. That's not serious. It's not serious. So yeah, hopefully we can get a deal done. Let's wait and see. Now, news on this guy that everyone is looking forward to seeing. Here it is. Exclusive from Nizar Kinsella, Chelsea have offered Levi Colwell a new contract, but the defender wants talks with Maurizio Pochettino before deciding his future. Yeah, you see, I get this, but I want to put a disclaimer out there. I want to put a warning. I hope Levi Colwell is not trying to, without Poch even seeing him yet, go, I want a place in the starting 11. Because it doesn't work like that. You're young, you've just come into the fold, you've proven yourself at Brighton to a considerable amount, fair play. Can't take anything away there. But you're at Chelsea now. There are players in this squad that we've had that were at other Premier League clubs that were killing it, right? They come to Chelsea, they couldn't hack it. They couldn't handle the pressure, they couldn't handle the tempo, they couldn't handle the style of play, they couldn't handle top tier levels of the Premier League. Now, not saying that's going to be Levi Colwell, but I hope his talks with Pochettino is, I hope you give me a fair chance. I want to be involved. I want to prove myself to you. I want to get cracking. My ambition is to be starting every single week, and I'm going to show you that. Do you have the faith in me? If it's that, cool. If it's, I want a place in the starting 11, then what are you doing? I hope. I'm putting both out there because you got to be fair. You don't know what way it's going to go. So you have to put both out there on the table and let's wait and see what happens. But I hope he goes down option number 1 and he's genuinely just wanting to prove himself to the manager and get himself going at Chelsea Football Club. Fingers crossed that is exactly what happens. But after that, then yes, absolutely. Because look, like I said yesterday, players are going to look out for themselves. It would be stupid to sign and then just think, yeah, no, it's all going to be okay. And then he's not in his plans. You know, of course, Levi Colwell's got to look out for himself, and rightfully so. So I'm not against talks. I just hope the talks go in the correct way. That's it. So let's wait and see what happens there. And I'm looking forward to seeing Levi Colwell play in a Chelsea shirt. It's going to get interesting because many people have high expectations of Levi Colwell. So we'll see if he does end up adhering to those. Now, here's news from Strasbourg. It's happened. Exclusive. An agreement in principle was reached between Patrick Vieira and the Racing Club de Strasbourg. A contract until 2026 has been agreed upon. The first appointment of the Blue Coat era at Strasbourg is near. Arsenal legend coming in clutch to help Chelsea's new feeder club. Fantastic. It's going to be nice to have Patrick Vieira in blue. Can we get Thierry Henry next? Anyway, we'll see what happens. Now, talking about Poch, I want to show you something because I heard this and I was like, oh, that makes me feel very good. It makes me feel that it's music to my ears, right? So let's get into this. This is Poch's plan for pre-season, and boy, I hope the players are ready. Mauricio Pochettino is plotting a brutal 2-week fitness regime at Cobham before they head off for their pre-season tour next month. The most daunting trial facing Chelsea's struggling stars is the infamous is it Gasson or Gacon test? I'm assuming this is a Spanish word, so I'm going to say Gathon. I don't know, or Gasson. We'll call it Gasson, because I don't think it's Gacon. That just sounds wrong. So we'll call it Gasson. The Gasson test. Now, what is the Gasson test? What is it? We managed to get someone that has explained it perfectly. So here it is, and I have to say, after reading this, I started sweating. I was reading and I started sweating. So here it is. The Gasson test requires running for a set period of time. 45 seconds running plus 15 seconds rest. This carries on for however long the manager chooses it to, 30 minutes or an hour, etc. After every 15-second test, the time to complete and the speed of running also gradually increases. Basically, this is like a bleep test, but with a break in between, and it doesn't stop. That's basically what it is. This is the Spanish, more brutal version of the bleep test. If we're gonna, without bleeps. This is all on the manager and all on 45 seconds of running. You take 15 seconds, and then the tempo and time it takes you to go and finish the next 45 seconds actually needs to be done quicker. So, and that can go on for however long Poch wants. He could be like, yep, they think it's going to be 10 minutes. We're going to be here for an hour and a half, lads. You know, he could if he wanted to. I expect the players to die, right? I expect pre-season pictures to come out where I want to see players on the ground struggling to breathe. I want that. That is pre-season. If you're not doing that in pre-season, you're screwed. Because you ain't doing that during the season. You need to get your fitness up to a standard where you are not just match fit, you're more than match fit. Much like a boxer before a fight has a camp and can go 20 rounds. In camp, they can go 20 rounds, not a problem. So then when they get to the fight, 12 rounds, not a problem. That is what needs to be done. That's just the essence of sport. That's just how sport works. That's just how biology works. That's how we function. So I'm expecting the players to die. Not literally, but you know what I mean. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that's all going to go. Now, before we wrap up, let's have a little quick look elsewhere. Onana from Ross Harwood will sign for Man United. Verbal agreement in all parties. £45 million plus add-ons, approx 10 million to Inter. Offer to be submitted with knowledge of acceptance. Player had zero issues on personal terms as he was desperate for the move. Andre Onana becomes number one. Ross Harwood is a very reliable Manchester United journalist here, so I think this is done. Or well, I've heard he's very, very reliable in terms of Manchester United and Man United only. But yeah, I don't know. We'll wait and see. It seems like it's done. Now, if it is, then Inter Milan. We know you have the money. You haven't got to wait 5 years. Pay us immediately for Lukaku, and you still get to keep some change. You know, as simple as that. Do that, and no one's got to worry about having to buy now, pay later. So, yeah, you get Onana sold. Send the money our way for Lukaku. You can have Lukaku tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned. You can have him in an hour if you want. Not a problem. I couldn't care less. Now, here's Newcastle's new away kit. Newcastle's new away kit for the 2023-24 season. So Newcastle have officially become Saudi Arabia. Basically, their away kit is basically them emulating Saudi. I don't blame them. I think about it, you can't blame them. It is what it is. That is how it is. So, yeah, that's Newcastle's new kit, and I think it's very fitting. It's understandable as to why they've gone for that. And we've got more. Let me show you Liverpool's new away kit for next season. Because Newcastle wanted to become Saudi, Liverpool want to become Nigeria. So Liverpool are now going to be playing away from home, looking like prime Nigeria. And you know what? Look, this is for those that don't know, it's a tribute, I think, to one of their away shirts from the late 90s or the early 2000s when they had Carlsberg. They had dark green square, white square, dark green, white square, and it's a similar, I guess, tribute to that shirt. I'm not sure if they won anything in that shirt. Maybe they won the odd cup. But anyway, here's more from PSG. Paris Saint-Germain are prepared to seal the agreement with Luis Enrique, set to sign the 2-year contract very soon. Spanish coach will be unveiled once the club completes the exit agreement with Christophe Galtier. Very close. Here we go. So, and talking about Christophe Galtier, he's in custody. He's in custody for alleged racist comments he made about Nice back, I don't know, like earlier on in the year or something. Talking about how players of certain backgrounds... It's allegedly. I can't even say he done it or he didn't. I'll leave that to the law. It's not my place. But yeah, he's in custody because of that, and PSG are about to get rid of him. So Luis Enrique is about to become the new PSG manager. We'll see how that goes because there's a complete transformation at PSG. Neymar's not going to be the same. He's apparently put on a lot of weight as well because of his injury. Messi's gone. Mbappe will leave. It's all dismantling. We're going to see a new look PSG without the stars. It's going to be weird. So Luis Enrique's got a task at hand and we'll see how he does. And to wrap up, here is the latest from Firmino and Saudi. Understand Roberto Firmino has now reached full agreement with Al-Ahly. Here we go. Medical test still pending. Final step to get the deal signed. Contract will be valid until June 2026. Firmino would join Edouard Mendy in case deal will be completed. So Firmino on his way to Saudi as well, and he will join Al-Ahly. So a teammate for Edouard Mendy. Looking forward to seeing how that's going to go. Good move for Firmino. I'm sure he's picking up the bag in his latter stages of his career because he's done everything that he did at Liverpool. Good luck to him. And we'll see how it all turns out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tonight for video number 2 of 2. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you are new, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already as well to be updated with all my latest uploads. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this, and I will see all of you tonight for a brand new one. Have a good one, people. See you lot then. Take care and peace.